Well, for the last decade, a local organization has made it their mission to raise money and help fund new treatments and someday a cure for people living with cystic fibrosis and rare mutations. NBC 10's Erin Coleman has more.
That group is called Emily's Entourage, and at the helm is a young lady who has turned her own battle against the disease into a rallying cry for others. Joining me now is Emily Kramer-Golinkoff, the co-founder of Emily's Entourage. So good to see you. Thanks for talking with us.
Thank you so much for having me, Erin.
All right, so let's jump right in. Let's talk about cystic fibrosis and what are called rare nonsense mutations. What are those?
Yeah, it's a great question. So we in the CF community have been incredibly fortunate that in the past few years, there have been breakthrough, truly game-changing new advances for roughly 90% of the CF population. But I happen to have a rare form of cystic fibrosis that's caused by a nonsense mutation. And unfortunately, people like me fall in the outlying 10% of the CF community that don't benefit from any of the advances. And so Emily's Entourage is hyper-focused on accelerating research and drug development specifically for those with nonsense mutations that are part of the 10% that don't benefit from existing therapies.
Wow. And we're looking at some of this video as you're talking. You know, you are living with CF. So tell us about your own life story with the disease.
Yeah, so cystic fibrosis, the crazy thing about CF is that it's an invisible disease. So I look perfectly healthy on the outside, but I actually have about 32% lung function. And I spend about 4 to 5 hours every day on medical treatments. I do breathing treatments. I take tons of pills. I have cystic fibrosis related diabetes, so I take insulin shots as well. And so really, it is a progressive disease, and so every single day I work my hardest to try to delay the progression of the natural progression of the disease. And so for those of us in the final 10% that don't benefit from the therapies, we're in a race for our lives to try to accelerate drug development.
Wow, wow. And for anyone who has not heard about Emily's Entourage, what do you want them to know about, what you're doing, who you help, and how to help?
Yeah, so Emily's Entourage formed in Ballykinwood back in 2011. We were seeing the incredible advances coming down the pike for 90% of the CF population and quickly realized that I was part of the unlucky 10% that wouldn't benefit. And so my friends and family felt like we had to do something. And so we had no idea, no idea about science and had never done fundraising before, but we dove in headfirst and launched Emily's Entourage. And really what we do is we are exclusively focused on that final 10% that doesn't benefit and trying to speed research and drug development because people are waiting with bated and fading breath, and we realize that time matters.
Oh, I love what you're doing, Emily. Really quickly before we run out of time, you've got a drive-in gala that's coming up this weekend. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so this weekend, in light of the COVID numbers, we wanted to bring people together but do it in a safe way. And so this is our 10th anniversary since our founding, and we converted our annual gala into a drive-in gala and virtual hybrid event. And so we would love for people to come to support Emily's Entourage and to buy tickets and help us reach the finish line for 100% of the CF community.
Absolutely. I love what you're doing. I love your passion. Emily Kramer-Golinkoff, thank you so much for being with us today. Good luck with the gala.
Thank you.
All right, for more information about Emily's Entourage and how you can get involved and help out, tap the NBC 10 app or just head to NBC10.com/find it on 10.